Hey guys, welcome back. Orbomb here, bringing you our third and final game for our Blaziken GX versus Reshiram Ho-Oh. This is gonna be fun. You know, guys know how much I love playing these like silly decks. These these decks that have so much like combos involved with them in order to be good. I mean, these decks are not like competitive by any means, but we're gonna go ahead and go here now. I'm gonna mulligan. Well, I think this is a new day as well. It's kind of hard for me to record like 3 games while also like, you know, having the same battery because I only have one battery. My other battery burnt out. So we're stuck with one battery for this camera, which is kind of annoying because like I can only record for so long before I actually have to put the cameras away. And then I have to, after that, just start building and testing and making sure these decks are good and things like that. But we're going to go ahead. We do get a Torchic lead, which is good. And yeah, I think we're going second. Hopefully, we'll see. If we don't go second, that's not a big deal. Let's see. But yeah, big shout outs to Tony. If you guys remember Tony from the vlogs, he is the self-appointed Pokemon fan, but we are going second, which is good. So it is a continuation of the best of 3 that we had earlier. He is lead Reshiram, which means if he gets a turn 1 Kiawe, he's in a pretty good position, especially if he can get a Flint and everything, all the other shenanigans he needs for next turn. But yeah, he does get his Ho-Oh down. So if he can Flint next turn, he does have a Pokemon to set up all of his energies onto, which is good. And unless we definitely have Judge this turn, like I won't be able to stop it as easily as I would like. But let's see if he has Kiawe. He's gonna attach there. Show me. I think I see Kiawe in his hand. Boom, there it is. All right, so he does have turn 1 Kiawe. So far, Tony's opening hand is looking pretty good. If he can get himself a turn 2 Flint, then he's got like best case scenario in his opening hand. Let's see if we can follow suit. Now we do have a Nest Ball for sure, so we can at least get down another Torchic, and hopefully we can get down a Vulpix as well, because then we can start using Beacon and then not have one of our Torchics faint to one of his attacks. But we also need a way to retreat as well, so we need an energy for retreating as well as a Vulpix. Let's see if we can pull off anything here. We do have Ultra Ball, so we can toss away this Blaziken GX in our hand to charge up our Ho-Oh in case we need to do that later. So we're going to go ahead and toss away, it looks like a Copycat, as well as a Blaziken GX to get ourselves a Vulpix, and then I'm probably going to use a Shuffle Draw this turn. Hopefully find ourselves a basic energy so that we can retreat here and then use Beacon. Ideally, we can also find a couple more Torchics as well. I think I'm about to play Acrobat before I do any of those plays though, just to, you know, increase my odds of getting these other cards that we might need. And just kind of go from there. So let's see if we can pull off another powerful turn 2. Now, this matchup is really interesting, right? I don't think I mentioned this in the last video, but having 240 HP is a big pain for Ho-Oh, because Ho-Oh can OHKO all of the really good decks in the format right now, but it can't do super well. We are going to have to unfortunately toss this Copycat, huh? Just so we can manually attach and retreat. But Ho-Oh is really good because it can easily OHKO all these cards just after a Kiawe, and then Reshiram is kind of the same way with a Choice Band, but 240 HP is a lot to deal with for Ho-Oh. And there's not many decks that are competitive, if there's any decks besides like I guess Metagross, that are competitive post-format, but with Metagross you hit for weakness, so it's not even that big of a deal. Let's see if we can get ourselves a couple more Nest Balls, maybe even some rare candies so that we can Beacon into some Blazikens immediately. We do have a Order Pad. Now, the argument is, should I play this Order Pad now to try to get rare candy to decide what I can get after my Beacon? We do have double Nest Ball here though. Yo, Nest Balls are broken. There's a couple more Torchics here. We can honestly get ourselves another Vulpix too, since we are going to have a Vulpix knocked out next turn anyways. So that's a possibility. I think we're going to have to do that because I don't see another Torchic in the deck, or Vulpix for that matter. So never mind. That second Nest Ball is worthless. Of course, I did play those down a little bit too quickly, but it's fine. We can get down Ho-Oh, but having that GX down early game does not seem like the best idea, because I don't want him to Guzma Choice Band and knock out a Ho-Oh, take 2 prizes as well as set up his board, you know what I mean? Like, no worst case scenarios are allowed. So unfortunately we have a Torchic prize and a Vulpix prize, so we're not going to be able to get those cards out this matchup. But we do have a Combusken in our hand. I'm going to play this Order Pad because if I do get rare candy, then I am able to get Blaziken, and if he ends me, he ends me, it's not a big deal, or judges me, it's not a big deal. But unfortunately we did not get it, so I'm just going to get down another Combusken, if I have it in the deck of course. Which I do, which is good. And I'm just gonna get another Blaziken because I'm gonna get Lele because we don't have draw support. That's right. So we get Lele here, and you know, we'll just go from there. Now let's see if my opponent can pull off the Flint plays. We were not able to judge my opponent last turn, so If they do have all the cards in their hand, then they do get a knockout. So let's see what can happen here. Does he have the Flint? He has Reshiram number 2. Not too sure why you bench that Reshiram. I don't see a reason. Like, it's not like a good attacker in this deck. I would rather save that bench space for a Lele, a Dawnwings, or another Ho-Oh, or even a Victini. But I remember he had his reasons. I just don't remember what the reasons were. I think it was he was afraid of having this Reshiram being knocked out, because I don't think he'll be able to Flint this turn. It also gives him a second. He can also Kiawe onto it as well, so he can GX later. Although I'm an advocate of just Kiawing onto the Ho. But he's not going to take a knockout here. He's which is kind of smart, right? Because that does keep my bench full of a Pokemon I don't want to be on my bench, because I can always GX with Ho later. But if he keeps my bench full of things that are awkward, then I can't Ho as easily as I would like in other games. Because unfortunately we did not record in these past 2 games. We might be able to do it off this game, but in the other 2 games we weren't able to show off Ho-Oh, so I was hoping I would be able to show off Ho-Oh in this game. So we'll have to see. But he's not going to give that to me, man. He's denying me the pleasures of Ho-Oh. I'm going to attach there so that I can potentially retreat if I need to for the future. And I think I have to bench Lele here. He's just going to go ahead and attach all the energies to Reshiram. I'm still very confused as to why he's doing this, but I know he had his reasons. He definitely told me that he had his reasons. So because he doesn't have Flint, obviously, or else he would have definitely used Flint last turn, I'm going to go ahead and just not bother. His hand might be dead, and that's why he's using Kiawe. And I'm just going to go ahead and play Cynthia. See if I can get myself a rare candy Blaziken and maybe a couple extra Blazikens to put on my board as well for using Beacon. So that could be nice. Or let's not even using Beacon, but like have Blazikens in my hand so I can Beacon for like maybe another Lele or something next turn. Maybe even get that Ho down finally. Another thing I need to do is get more fire energies in the discard pile. Hopefully, I was hoping this Acrobike can help me toss some fire energies as well, but we'll just have to see here. Let's see. Draw a couple cards. We got a Stretcher. There's a fire energy, which is good. A rare candy, which is good. And a Blaziken as well. So we are going to be able to get a rare candy Blaziken out, which means we are going to be able to search up for a couple more. And I'm going to go ahead and start charging up a Lele, because my boy needs some energies if I'm going to get some knockouts this turn. We got Acrobike and another fire energy, which is great too, because that means Order Pad, not Acrobike, but that's pretty good because that means we have more energies in the discard pile to be able to use our Blaziken's ability. We're going to get a GX and a baby Blaziken and just start going from there. So if my opponent judges me, that's good, but we actually have a pretty decent setup here, even though we have a Torchic and a Vulpix prize. So even though our prizes were a little bit awkward, we still managed to have a pretty good setup. Well, my opponent's like, I don't know what Tony's doing, guys. He can still GX. He's on a Cynthia. Let's see if he can get himself a way to just like start blowing me away with a GX attack while charging up Pokemon, because he does have some Pokemon set up. Now, obviously nothing except for, unless he didn't Guzma this turn, so Reshiram cannot easily knock out either Baby Blaziken or Big Boy Blaziken or Lele. So like, he can't do it in one hit at least. So you can put things in range, but overall Reshiram is too weak of an attacker in this matchup to have that much of an impact outside of his GX attack. I think he is just really afraid. He wants to pull off the GX attack, but he doesn't want to lose a Reshiram and then not be able to do it. So this way he has more insurance on being able to pull off his GX attack. But now he's probably running low on energies. Excuse me. That's 10 of his 13 energies. He only has 3 more energies left in his deck. So he might have just miscounted there or something. I don't know. He's going to go ahead and take a knockout here. So I think it's time for... Oh, you know what? Lele is ready to retreat as well. So with a manual attachment, Blaziken can take a knockout here if we have 2 energies down there, which we do, which is really, really good. Unfortunately, we have no way to set up another Blaziken. But if we can get a Torchic off the prizes, we can maybe evolve into a second Blaziken GX. I don't really see a reason to Cynthia there. I probably should have just held on to that hand, because there's nothing else I really needed that turn. In fact, I was kind of basing everything off my prizes anyways, so I could have kept the Cynthia in the deck in case he judged me, but it's fine. I could always use like Guzmas and stuff like that to help me pull off some better plays for the future. More Order Pads, more Acrobikes, lots of good stuff here. Lots of stuff to help me find things. I'm going to go ahead and just just burn these Acrobikes. Give myself a Judge. No, I'll give myself the Order Pad, okay. Order pad could be useful later, so it's not really bad, especially with choice band. Alright, let's not get rid of a second judge. Let's just drop this choice band, I think. As much as I want to keep the choice band, I have to double check for my deck to make sure I didn't toss the other one, but I really only need one in the matchup, so I'm not too worried about it. We're going to go to retreat, and we're going to go ahead and take our knockout here. And if we need to, we can always GX next turn as well, which is pretty cool as well, with our Blaziken to disrupt our opponent. It's really funny because Blaziken's GX attack is really not that great, but in this matchup in particular, it's kind of amazing. Being able to disrupt Ho-Oh is so good when it comes to their energy count. So I think it's in his best interest to save his GX attack option and use Turtonator later. He does have access to switch if he wants to weaken things, but it's looking, my board state is looking really nice because he's not going to be able to take a knockout this turn unless, of course, he Guzmas up Lele or one of these Baby Blazikens. Of course, knocking out a Baby Blaziken is definitely not bad because that means he's ruining my engine by quite a bit. But if I can get myself a Guzma and a basic energy and get myself an attachment for the turn, I still manage to take a knockout. There he's going to Guzma, probably get himself a Guzma. He is going to Lele get himself a Guzma, I mean. And probably just knock out or put in range one of these babies, I guess. Because weakening one of these babies is really awkward for my opponent. Really awkward for me. Dude, it's so hard. Commentating is so hard when you're starving. I need to give me some food after this, man. I've been working on like commentating all day long. Just know this. I recorded all these videos like about a week ago. Okay, none of that. None of that. And I've been stockpiling them so I can do mass commentary. Commentary after a while really hurts your throat and it makes you hungry. I don't know why it makes me so hungry, but I'm starving now, dude. I haven't eaten at all today. I guess that's probably the reason. I had eggs this morning. Made myself some fried eggs or whatever they're called. Sunny side up eggs. But I'm hungry. I'm hungry. All right, see what I can do here. He is I don't know what happened there. Did he put me in range earlier? Did he Sacred Fire me previously? He might have Sacred Fired me previously and I just missed it. But he shouldn't have taken... Oh, he GX'd me there. That's right. Okay, he GX'd me to take a knockout because he definitely needed to get rid of my accelerator this turn. I remember this now. Okay. And yeah, that reminds me that what I'm going to do here is GX GX my opponent's Ho-Oh on the bench, so that way they can't attack me with any big damage the following turn. I'm just gonna go ahead and stretcher up these Pokemon just so I can like get them back on the board later. Yeah, stretcher there. I'm gonna play some Order Pads, some Ultra Balls, you know the drill. Definitely get myself another Torchic down because we still didn't get our other Torchic off the prizes, which sucks, but it is what it is there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and toss one of the Order Pads. Keep the other one for later. And I think we're going to judge here. Yeah, we're just going to judge. Because what I'm going to do here is just GX the benched Ho-Oh so that he can't take any big KOs the next turn. He can attack me with Reshiram, but if I get another manual attachment, then I'll be able to take a knockout on his Reshiram the following turn, stopping him from being able to attack me. But at the same time, if I do that, he attaches 2 more energies to the Ho-Oh, then I'm still in an awkward position. So what I think I should do is GX the active so that he has a hard time retreating. And if he does attack me, the same thing happens, but he still loses energies on the board regardless. Of course, he could always get a Guzma or switch, but it does give me a little bit more momentum, which could be useful. So I'm still banking on my opponent like whiffing what they need here. But yeah. Let's see. I'm just thinking about this play. Thinking about like if I do GX, who do I GX? And also thinking about his energy count as well. Like think about how many energies he lost. Because he lost 1 Reshiram, which had 4. He has 4, 8, 12. He's lost 12 energies because I think he has another 2 on the other Ho-Oh. So that is 12 energies, 1 energy left on the board. So if I disrupt enough, he won't be able to really bounce back unless he gets a... But he can't Turtonator GX anymore. So yeah, I'm going to do the active one. So he needs 1 more energy to retreat. And if he gets a switch and takes a knockout, or it does damage with Ho-Oh, then we take a knockout the following turn if we find ourselves in energy. We do have a Lele in hand, which can get us a Cynthia, so that should increase our odds of finding a thing, whatever it's called. And if we get a second Blaziken, Baby Blaziken out next turn as well, we can always just Guzma around and take knockouts that way. Overall, this game is a definite thinker. Oh, I think it's, oh yeah, it is a 2 energy retreat, not 3 energy retreat. But look, he lost almost all of his energies this game. He only has this Ho-Oh left. So if we can knock out this Ho-Oh next turn, then we are in a beautiful position, because then he doesn't have really many energies left on the board. There's his 13th energy right there. So actually, I think he miscounted here. I think what he probably will do is attach that energy there so he can Guzma retreat and have just like a 1 prize attacker that I could be worried about if I didn't realize his energy count. I think that's what he's going for here. We evolve that, so no Baby Blaziken yet, but we are going to get Lele and definitely draw some, because we need cards. We need a basic energy attachment here to really, you know, do some work. I know the dice are a little bit hard to see, I do apologize about that, but there is 180 damage on there. I need to be very careful with the dice that I use. These are all just ETB dice, and I have to have a recording dice bag, so just like some solid dark dice so they're easy to see. I gotta keep that in mind for the future. Make that a note real quick. But let's see. How do we win this game? Well, without any energy on the board, we just need to take a knockout this turn. So we have to find an energy. We have plenty of energy in the deck. I keep seeing an energy in the bottom of my deck. Like, just constantly seeing it. It's just okay, it's gone now. But like, it's been there. Oh, I just got a message on Discord. I'll take a look at that later. But let's see if we drew an energy. Did we draw one? I don't see it. I don't see it. So we might have to manually retreat, maybe. Do we have an acrobike or something to deal with it? Looks like not. Looks like we don't. So we have to manually retreat here into Beaconing Boy. Attach energies there, and hopefully he doesn't have Guzma. Because if he has Guzma, we could be in a rough position here. We're just gonna Beacon and get ourselves that last Blaziken. If it's okay, we have a Blaziken GX. We don't have the baby Blaziken though. Is it in the discard pile? It might be. It might be in our hand actually. I do remember shuffling back in. It might be prized or it might be in our hand. It could be in a couple places, right? Sure, let's test it. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. He's on a Sacred Fire. Unfortunately, he did not get a knockout with that Sacred Fire. But things are looking kind of scary. We just have to find an energy, bro. That's all we gotta do. Okay, get that Blaziken. We need to be able to retreat. Do we have a Guzma in hand? I don't see one. I also don't see a don't see an energy or a Guzma. This is just really, really awkward. Yeah, I think this is just like one of those things where I'm just gonna get knocked out here. Oh, I think I remember acrobiking, or yeah, I have a lot of energy, so I'm probably gonna try to get like an acrobike or something. Oh, I'm gonna get Hurricane because there's nothing else left. Oh, look at that. Oh, I remember this. There are 3 energies in my deck and 3 Guzmas in my deck. Either one of those cards could have been really, really, really useful because that would have solidified the game for me. But unfortunately, I did not draw that. I drew the other card that wasn't that. So what was that? That's like 8 cards altogether. Just ignore the background noise, guys. That's 8 cards altogether I could have got. And so what was it? 3 and 4 chance of drawing out of the situation, and we did unfortunately with it. Hey Carlos, I'm recording. How are you?
Great.
That's good to hear. You just kind of. I will. I'll be done in a second. You guys don't know that's Mr. Spacewalk. That's the boy. But let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just attach an energy to Baby Blaziken because it gives me another attacker here. It also means that if he Guzma stalls me, he can only Guzma stall one of them, and then we have 3 Guzmas left in the deck. So we're like at a Guzma war right now. I definitely need to knock out this Ho before like he can knock me, because he's gonna knock out my Blaziken GX here, taking 2 more prizes. So I need to knock out this Ho, and I need to do that real soon because this thing is proving to be a threat. And let's see what we drew. I mean, literally anything we draw could be useful here because we can just accelerate 2 energies with Blaziken and then retreat. So everything that we top deck now is going to be useful this turn, but next turn it's going to be a little bit less useful because we need Blaziken, right? And do we have, no, we don't have Lele in hand. We don't have any more Leles actually. Oh yeah, I'm just remembering. Oh yeah, that's not where we're going because the energies in discard are going there. But Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just get things ready for Guzma stalls, just in case. Although we shouldn't be too worried about it because we have 3 Guzmas left. I believe he has 4 Guzmas left. I don't think he's played any Guzma this game, so something to keep in mind. He can hit me for big damage next turn, but with Lele, I should be okay. So I'm hitting this man for 90, and then just 20 spread on everything else. So that's pretty good. Let's see. He'll be able to take a knockout this turn unless he, of course, has Guzma right now. Oh, this boy's passing his Pokemon Go codes. Just shout outs to Styx. I need to get, oh, I wonder if Styx can do like a guest upload for me. Thinking emoji. I'm gonna have to talk to Styx about that later. Anyways, he's gonna attach the choice band for just deck thinning purposes. And yep. This man plays so weird. He's like, it's like he's playing rope. It's like he's playing like Minecraft with his Pokemon cards. Anyways, he's gonna Ultra Ball here just to continue deck thinning. Of course, he did drop his last Lele, so there's gonna be no more Leles this game. This deck does not play Stretcher because it doesn't really need to, because you have 4 Ho-Ohs in it, so it's not a big deal. But oh, okay, let's see. And he's probably just gonna play Cynthia here. Just try to get himself into Guzma range to make sure he can constantly get Guzmas. He had oh, maybe he doesn't have any Guzmas left. Because he had Lele, right? I don't remember. Because he just discarded a Lele just then. And he has bench space. So what he could have done, unless Victini doesn't have a 2 retreat cost, I'm pretty sure Victini has a 1 retreat cost. But what he could have done there was Guzma, retreat the Victini, and then just win, right? Because he hit my Lele for 180. I don't actually know. We'll have to find out here, but I'm pretty sure he just tossed Lele, right? No, it was a Ho. Okay, it wasn't a Lele. Okay, that makes more sense. Is his Lele? I think his Lele is prize, or it's already in the discard pile, one or the other. Okay, I thought he discarded a Lele just then. It was actually a Ho. I think he would have realized that. He would have won the game there, I think. Okay, that makes more sense. He's going for the Vulpix. Just trying to take prizes, because either... Oh, maybe not. I mean, okay, he's just going for the Lele. He wants those 2 prizes per game. We're going to go ahead and start accelerating energies onto this. And because I know he doesn't have any more energies left, we're just good to just take a knockout here with Lele. And then hopefully the following turn, take a knockout for game. We're just going to thin the deck with Nest Ball. We're using Nest Ball since we have that bed space open in case he does want to judge me. Judging could be a little bit annoying because we would have to shuffle like our whole hand back in the deck, which is going to decrease our odds of top decking a choice Guzma for game. But regardless, I think we have the game in the bag here. We are hitting for 120. So with a Lele attachment, I mean we're hitting for 60 right now, assuming he has no energy attached. 90 with choice band. We need a couple more energies actually. So he's gonna drop Turtonator. But we both know he has no more energies in his deck. So I think at this point, there's absolutely nothing he can do. The only thing he can do is like deck me out. That's his only strategy now, because he doesn't have any. We both know he doesn't have any more energies left. So we both know that his only way to win is to deck me out, which is a possibility. But at the same time, it's not, because I know the remaining cards in my deck are just fire energies and Guzmas. So he can't judge me either, because then judging kind of defeats the purpose of decking me out. I think he's just thinking about that play too, because he can Guzma stall and try to deck me out. Let's see what my opponent does here. Tony's gonna Ultra Ball again. Sorry that it's all like off screen. I can't really do too much about it. As you can see, Tony plays with a very, very open board. He's gonna go ahead and search and I believe fail. Yeah, just fail that up here. Just to increase his odds of finding things later. Oh no, he's gonna play Cynthia. Okay, never mind then. He didn't Ultra Ball. He actually Cynthia'd. This is why it's hard. It's hard to commentate when you can't actually see the cards and it's been a couple days. So I'm gonna go ahead and just draw. I think I drew a fire energy. I don't think I drew the Guzma. Just charge up the Vulpix. Play the Guzma. I'm gonna take a knockout on this thing just in case. I remember thinking that I might have miscounted and Victini can still win him the game, so I don't want that to happen. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and retreat this, knock out this Victini, and just need to take one more prize to win the game here. We have 4 energies on this Lele, which means we are hitting for 80 with choice band that is 110. So we're 2-KOing anything on his board. Let's see. He's definitely going to Guzma. Yeah, there's the Lele that we were talking about earlier. So he's definitely going to Guzma and try to stall, which means we are in Guzma top deck mode because we can accelerate 2 energies onto Lele using our Blazikens, which is good. So we have 2 more energies left too, which is good. And now we're both in a Guzma war here, because if he can Guzma enough times to where I don't win the game, that could be very annoying. I believe I'm counting his Guzmas. It's like, how many Guzmas do you have left? I have 2 more left in the deck, and he just played 2, which means we both have 2 left in the deck. And if I play 1, then he plays 1, and then I play 1, and then he plays 1, and he wins. So I'm thinking about like spreading my energy around to make sure that doesn't happen. But at the same time, my odds of winning the game are so much higher just because of my deck size. He's going to go ahead and thin again. Flints for nothing. Oop, kick the thing around. My bad, guys. And he has switches too to prevent me from taking knockouts because I can only 2-hit KO right now. Without my other Blaziken GX on the board, or Ho-Oh on the board for that matter, I can't Oko. So I would need, what, 10 energies to Oko? Actually, I would need 8 energies and a choice band, and then I can hit 190. But I only have 4, and there's not 8 energies in my discard pile. There will be in a couple turns, but not quite yet. We go to draw here, drew the Guzma. We don't win yet off the Guzma. And I'm going to go ahead and attach these things to these Pokemon that, just in case. Because that's a manual attach. So now everything is a manual attachment away from you know, being knocked, from Guzma stalling and things like that. And look at that. Everything just needs 1 manual attachment to retreat for game. So I think we'll be alright here. So even if he does manage to Guzma around, we should be pretty good. We're hitting this man for 110, putting at 130, which means we just need to hit this Lele 1 more time. We have 1 more Guzma and 2 more energies left in the deck. So 1 in 3 chance of top decking Guzma in case he does switch. We know he has a switch in his hand, so switching isn't an issue for my opponent, which he's going to go ahead and use. But 1 in 3 chance of drawing this Guzma. Regardless, this game just feels like a done wrap. I don't know how he can get out of this situation that he's in. He doesn't know what's left in my deck. Of course, I told him what's left in my deck. So, and I have a Guzma in my hand already as well. So there's no issue. I just saw that we had the Guzma in hand, but we can just attach there. Of course, unnecessary. But there it is, Guzma for game. And that's going to be game 3 of this series. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the continuous support. I know you guys have been wanting some post-rotation format and some of my ideas for post-rotation decks and Celestial Storm decks. It's kind of like a weird series, right? Because it's more than post-rotation. I'm trying to test out the Celestial Storm and Dragon Storm or whatever the sets. I keep wanting to say Dragon Storm. I don't know. Is that the set name? It might be the set name. Regardless, I keep trying out these new cards from these new sets, but I'm also testing everything in post-rotation at the same time. So it's kind of weird because it's like a mixture of 2 different series. But regardless, I do appreciate y'all's continued support. I will be getting out like just standard decks like right now, like Blaziken and not Blaziken, like Buzzwole and Malamar and things like that, including some decks that I feel like have a really strong chance post-rotation because they have a consistency booster, kind of. Such like Rayquaza is really good as well, but that aside, definitely don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share all the good jazz, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.